How's everybody doing today? So I see once again, we've had it put into our face that white folks, we are the problem. We're the problem. We're the problem. Our refusal to honestly deal with our history of hatred, racism, genocide is a problem. Our inability to see where the unhealthiness of our culture is the problem. Our inability to see how racism and Christianity all tied up in together is a problem, is the problem. And the biggest problem is that we do not see we are the problem. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful afternoon.
Good morning, TikTok fams. I know I haven't been on here much this week, and, life's just been lifing. I hate the B word, busy. But, some weeks are just crazier than others, and this one's been a little crazy. But I know, TikTok's at risk again tomorrow. Which I don't know. I don't believe it's going anywhere. Not that I'm like an optimist, but just, it's, if anything, it'll be another opportunity for somebody to say, I say TikTok, look at me. Ha! But anyway, before this might possibly go down, I have a post I wanted to do that I've been meaning to do and just haven't gotten around to. But, in my eternal quest to drag white people, and especially white women, and yes, I know I'm a white woman, I just wanted to talk about this real quick. So, white people are the most miserable fucking people on the face of this fucking earth, and also the most fucking judgy. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And I know I am one of y'all, but I'm not gonna say us because this is a part I am not part of. I'm not a miserable motherfucker. I mean, white women especially. I mean, so many women on that pew pew post I did about MAGA Man, they're like, why do you need a pew pew? What's wrong with you? Blah, 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 blah. And the other thing is these women who on the post where I cuss, like, why do you have to cuss so much? Why are you cussing? And then when I chew my gum, like, why are you chewing gum? That's so disgusting. Spit that gum out. I mean, it's just bitching about some shit all the fucking time. As I learned very early on here from a black woman who said this, and I've repeated it since, if it don't apply, scroll on by. If you don't like me chewing fucking gum, if you don't like me saying fuck, if you don't like me having a pew-pew, I don't need to fucking know about it. Just scroll the fuck on. I don't care what you think about me, or me owning a pew-pew, or me chewing gum, or me saying fuck 500 times in a video. It's not your business, and I don't care. So just save yourself the however many minutes of energy that it takes you to type out that comment, Karen, and just scroll on by. And then, of course, we all know white men are the most fucking miserable assholes on the face of this earth. And I've talked about that a lot because they like to come on here and try to drag you when you're not the perfect little white woman, submissive, not trans wife, that would be something else. They wouldn't like that. Trad wife. And I mean, tell you you're fat and you're ugly and you're going to be alone forever with your cats and no one's ever going to date you and whatever. And as I've said a million times, I don't care. I don't care that you think I'm chubby. I don't care that you think I'm ugly. I don't care that you think no one will love me. They have, they will, they do. And that doesn't matter to me, even if it doesn't, because I don't give a shit about your opinion about me. But y'all all need to go get a fucking hug. Y'all need to the anger and the miserable, y'all are just all miserable ass motherfuckers. Miserable ass motherfuckers. The lack of joy in y'all's lives is readily apparent. And y'all just need to go find some fucking joy somewhere. Because I guarantee you, from personal experience, when you start finding joy in actual life, and, in living and in doing things that you love doing and being an authentic in person, you won't feel so fucking miserable that you need to drag down everybody on the internet that you possibly see to make yourself feel better. So that's my Friday public service announcement. Y'all have a great day. Bye. I also want to add to the back end of this, because I forgot as a PS, that this is not an issue with black people, by the way. And again, it shows a lot of difference between white people and black people. I have never had a black man tell me that I'm fat or ugly or that I won't be loved and will be alone the rest of my life. I've never had a black woman, discourage me from cursing. In fact, in the video that I did, the rant video in the bathroom where I said, morning, I may cuss a lot, people came on and were like, you didn't cuss enough. You need to cuss some more. That's not cussing. Come on. And I mean, no black women dragged my ass about a pew pew. They were like, girl, you get your pew pew. You get it and you learn how to shoot it. I do. Da, 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 da. I mean, yeah, the lack of judging and the amount of support among black people, totally different. And that's because they're a lot more confident in their skin, their dark, melanated, brown skin, than we are in our pale, mayonnaise-hued exterior.
Well. Now, the Americans themselves, especially, the palm-colored individuals, they're coming out clearly stating that all this particular time they've been wrong and that they are the problem. It took centuries, something that they should have realized. All right, of course, that is purely my opinion, something they should have reckoned a couple of decades ago. Now, I think circumstances and the times are forcing them to acknowledge the truth. And now the systems that are subjecting them to the same ordeal. Yes, the same ordeal that the black had, excruciated or gone through in their past. And now it gets to a point whereby they're like, okay, how comes that these blacks are not, feeling the pinch as we do? That is, in a paraphrase. And now they're realizing that the systems are now having everybody on board. So there are no privileges, there are no white privileges. So anybody is in this particular big basket. They're excruciating the whole ordeal, economic upheavals. We're seeing, the skyrocketing cost of living, and it cuts across to even the white, and especially the white farmers who are really, really going through hell as the time of speaking. And so it was expected that maybe the blacks are the ones who are going to excruciate the whole pain, but it turns out to be like, hey, we're in this particular big boat, so if it capsizes, everybody else, boom, goes without, drowns with it. So it's about this one that I've compiled videos, and the courtesy to the creators. Yes, first things first, courtesy to the creators. And then of course me and you are going to listen, and we're going to make our thoughts, our minds towards the end of this particular show. So hang around. Let's meet at the end of this as we usually do it here.
I got a letter recently that my property taxes are going to go up $600 a year from now on. I got a letter that my homeowner's insurance is going up $60 a month. My propane company sent me a letter that my propane is going to double this year. They just came and filled up my tank. It was $1,000. That's crazy. Also, as a entrepreneur and business owner, I get my health insurance through the marketplace. So you have the Affordable Care Act. I pay $45 a month. They just informed me that if this bill passes and I lose my tax credit, I'm going to go from $45 a month to $660 a month for health insurance. I need to buy a new car and I can't, because the cars have gotten more expensive and the interest rates have gotten so much more expensive. I can't find a reliable car that has the same monthly payment of $450 a month that I've been paying now for a new car. Not necessarily new, but new to me. Groceries are insane, and it feels like every day I get a new email from another subscription that I have, whether it's Netflix, my website subscription. Everything's increasing in price. And I sit pretty much every day stressed about money, and yet I know that there are so many people in this country that are way worse off than me, and they're not making it, y'all. They're not making it. What hurts me the most is that there are so many women, especially, that just cannot afford to leave abusive homes, and they have to stay in it because of this economy. So are we great again, America? Like, is this what you voted for? Meanwhile, they all sit there in DC, not feeling any of these pressures, not doing anything about it, not giving a shit about the American people. I have been extremely poor, and I have been extremely wealthy. And I know from firsthand experience that the wealthy people don't notice it. And most people are pretty self-absorbed and aren't thinking about other people anyway. So we got to talk about this more. We got to raise hell. We have to let DC know that this is not acceptable. Regardless of your party, we have got to help each other.
Hey, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, the government shutting down tonight? Well, I mean, okay, sure, that's good news, I guess. And the problem with that is not a whole lot about our day-to-day life is going to change, which tells me that why the fuck do we need this government so much in the first fucking place. But then also, if they get to shut down, why the fuck don't we get to shut down? When do we get to just fucking take time off because we couldn't get it together? Wouldn't you love to go to your boss collectively as like everyone you work with? You get together at the pizza party on Friday or whatever the fuck they gave you to make you pretend to stop hating your life for 15 fucking minutes once a quarter. What if you guys got together and walked in to the boss's office and were like, hey, you know what? Well, we're not fucking doing it anymore. It's like, what do you mean? Like, we don't even know. It's a company shutdown. He's like, we're not shutting down the company. And y'all are like, I guess we are. Because I guess that's okay. Do we get a rebate on our taxes for the amount of days that the government is shut down? Isn't that what our taxes go to, is to fund the fucking government? Which is not actually true. That's a whole nother fucking video. But then on top of that, we got this fucking, with 3i Atlas, this fucking interstellar object that's coming through that's maybe a comet, probably a comet, but maybe not a comet, maybe a thing we don't even know what the fuck it is, maybe a spaceship. I don't really think that. It'd be fucking awesome if it was. But then that's going on. But then while we were distracted by that, apparently like 6 or 7 other comets have found their way into the inner solar system. That's a little more concerning to me. We got fucking comets flying around. We got the government shutting down. We got Hegseth, the fucking Secretary of Defense. I'm sorry, the Secretary of fucking War, because that's a thing now. Flies all these generals and admirals in from all over the fucking globe to have this maniacal speech about like, look, yeah, I think a lot of us can agree a lot of the woke nonsense has gone too far, but kind of fucking tacky to get on stage in an official capacity and just rage against the fucking liberal machine or whatever the fuck you were doing. Like, if anything, people in our government, number one, but specifically the dude who's in control of all of the guns and the people that hold them, maybe shouldn't be talking a bunch of shit about what half the country fucking believes. And all that's going on while everyone in the world seems to be fucking jockeying up for, I don't know, World War III, I guess. Fucking, you name the countries. You got the Israel-Palestine thing. You got the Russia-Ukraine. But then you got all the other European countries fucking gearing up for what the fuck ever, and there's drones flying everywhere apparently. And then you got China just being like, hey, you're all fucked anyway. We're just gonna do whatever we want. Here's some shit you've never even imagined before. And we're like, phew! We're like, what the fuck was that? And then our government's like, oh, that's old technology they stole from us. And I'm like, can we see it then? Because I haven't fucking seen it. And between the interstellar objects and the government shutting down and the fucking maniacal speech with the Secretary of War that could have been a fucking email, and between everybody gearing up for World War III, and between fucking, you know, all these other countries fucking rising up and tearing Italy's next, you know, fucking, I don't even remember who it was last week. Fucking, you look it up. But like, while all that's going on, gotta make sure that you and I are good little boys and girls. We clock into our capitalist jobs and do our fucking meaningless nonsense jobs that don't do anything for anyone, specifically us. There's no fulfillment. There's no anything fucking going on, while all we're really doing is training AI and fucking robots to replace us within the next 18 to 36 months, which sounds fucking great on paper. Great. Let the fucking AI do all the white collar jobs, and let the fucking bots, the real robots, do all the blue collar jobs. That sounds fucking fantastic, as long as I and all of you fucks get to hang out and drink on the beach while we paint naked. That's never gonna fucking happen. There's no plan for us. The only plan for us is to get the fuck rid of us in the workplace, and then we can fucking figure it out on the back end. With what? How? Whoo! We gotta figure some shit out that's different, because they're not gonna figure it out for us. They're not gonna help us get there. For that matter, they're gonna fight against everything we come up with to fucking survive at this point, okay? So, whew. Guys, we've got to start developing parallel systems to exist outside of this one. You're always going to have to fucking play ball with the system at large, but you got to exist as far outside of it as you can, so you can just reach over and give them what they have to have and pluck whatever you can reap from them. That's a great arrangement. But everything else about our lives, we have got to stop being so dependent on all of this, on the government, on capitalism, on the corporations. We've got to fucking divorce ourselves from what we've allowed to happen to us.
Hey, let's talk about it. The woman that got unalived on the train by the dude was an immigrant. So conservative, Republican, whatever in the hell you want to call them, are using this as a talking point to describe her life as being such value, and then deporting brown people and locking up brown people and unaliving them in our streets because they're brown, because she was a blonde-haired white woman. So her life is inherently more valuable to them or something, which is fucked up in itself. But the big thing that nobody's talking about with this is that he had mental health problems. The person that was the criminal here, that had a history of health problems, that were criminalized instead of being helped, instead of being rehabilitated. He was back out on the streets where he shouldn't be. He should have been getting help from professionals, not police officers. Police officers can't help a mental person. They only harm. So at the end of the day, our system continues to breed and produce these types of people because it's set up on that. The system doesn't benefit or there's no profit in helping people's mental health. And that's the issue that we have. If the person has no money, then they're not valuable to society. That's capitalism. Socialism says that everyone's life is deemed not just necessary, but worthy of a dignified life that deserves to have all of the benefits that we have in 2025 should be available to everyone, not just the people with money. Okay? Think about that.
Every bill is sky high except for the one we need, and that's our damn paycheck. Rent, groceries, medical insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance. All of it's too damn high. There is not one thing that's not expensive. You can't even walk into a grocery store these days without feeling like you're signing up for a mortgage. And the wild part is everything is going up except for our wages. And you know what's even crazier? The rich and powerful people, they act like they're just fine with this. They're like, yeah, just smile through your struggle. Keep quiet. Keep hustling. Keep robbing Peter to pay Paul. Because the truth is, rich people love our struggle as long as we stay stuck in it. Every single minute of it. See, the dirty little secret for the rich people is our suffering is their profit. And until we, that 99.9%, decide that we're done with this mess, nothing is going to change. Now, it's more of us than it is of them, but as long as we're focused on just surviving, they gonna stay winning. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I never had on my bingo card that I would actually agree with Marjorie Taylor Greene, but you know it's bad when she sees it. This economy is rigged. Inflation is not just numbers. It's the reality of every single one of us trying to stay ahead while billionaires keep cashing in. So my question is, how long are we going to pretend that we're okay with this? Because until we stop pretending, y'all, nothing's going to change.
So at the end, it's a wake-up call. You know, they thought that, let's say, for example, the problem was meant for the blacks, and the blacks were to, to be categorized, quote unquote, as unprivileged, and therefore they were ultimately expected to, to suffer, from the recent turn of events. And it turns out that the blacks are not, complaining and not commenting. They're not commenting on anything. And something that is worthy paying attention here. Blacks are not commenting. Blacks are not saying anything. Blacks are like, it is what it is, and we're moving on. And we're not seeing anybody complaining, crying foul that, the system is favoring this group and disfavoring the other group. Or, we can't really go on with this. And of course, something that maybe the palm-colored individuals have realized that, hey, how comes that the blacks are silent? What is going on in their quarters? Are they having it good? Is it well with them? And of course, and them not coming out protesting, from all the organized protests around. Blacks have this time around, calmed down. Probably their backyards, having some barbecue roasts and having some good time drinking water. and looking at TV, as you know, all the news as they're developing, and they're, well, it's not us and we're not in it. And maybe to some other topics that are so controversial, something that they had brought earlier in times, and they're like, oh, you know, we told you. Probably that is what is going on in their heads, and now they're tired of, you know, reiterating back on the same things that they had warned these particular individuals, that this thing will come to hunt you down. And now here it is, here with you guys. Yeah, feed it. I go by Sherlock. If it is your first time that you bump across the particular channel, how about, you know, that one will do me good. Put a very big smile on my face. A tiny little comment in the comment section. Let the conversation continue right there. And above all, family, I just want to acknowledge you. This particular this journey, it has all been about you, and we're really doing good. And I salute you. See you in the next upload.